springs with heat shrink tubing?
No, I've heard that's a thing.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've never seen it in person.
I'm watching a thing on it right now.
Yep.
Seems like
heat shrink. I've seen people do Teflon tape too.
Oh yeah. What's it supposed to do?
It's supposed to stop it from rattling.
Is that a big problem?
Not for me.
Not for me. Yeah, it seems like a dumb thing.
I think if the springs aren't touching anything but what they're supposed to touch,
yeah,
it's probably not a problem. That guitar looked cheap.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think the guy doing it was tripping and doing something stupid for the sake of doing something stupid.
You ever watch a video like on Facebook or something, and at the end you're like, "Why did I just watch that?
Yeah.
Why did I watch
it twice?
Yeah, make a locking thing for a barbed wire fence out of wood instead of just like taking the piece of wire and looping it over the fence post. Yeah.
You got to have a thing with the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or
goodness.
Instead of just going to the hardware store and buying the proper thing, they clutch together something out of other stuff, out of like a water bottle cap and whatever else.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, why do I watch these?
I know.
That's not. Yeah. That's not ingenious. That's just dumb.
Hey everybody, it's Matt and Chris from Texas Toast Guitars. It's Monday, and Eric and Dave and Jerry and Lefty and Jay and some other folks are probably here, and thanks for hanging out with us. I woke up yesterday morning and I had every intention of doing social media stuff to include video things. And then the day tends to, it got away from me. Now, I feel like since we were in the shop all week doing a workshop last week, that I should get a little bit of grace. Whether or not I should is up to you guys, but I think I should.
I didn't know if there would be one. I wasn't surprised when there wasn't one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's up to y'all to let me know if I deserve any sort of grace on that one.
We expect something every week, regardless of what else is going on.
Yeah. So I was thinking about it. I had an idea for a video, but the fact is that I think that the idea for the videos is much better if the two of us are here.
Okay.
Because if I argue with myself about what is easier to build in a factory, then that's really just this weird exercise in Matt's, I don't know.
You counterpoint with yourself?
With yourself?
Call yourself an ignorant slut?
I probably wouldn't do that. But yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. So today we want to talk about a couple of things. And one of them is, before we go any further, I need to remind you guys that not this Saturday, but next Saturday, September 6th, is our annual guitar building contest.
What's that called?
I don't even remember.
The Great American Guitar Building
Contest.
I
think so. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Number 4.
And the fact is that we have been doing so much stuff. We told everybody about it a couple times, and then okay, well, here we are. It's time to do it. And I kind of started to get some pushback from people like, hey, how come we haven't heard very much about this? And it's because there's a bunch of other stuff that we don't make any money off of this thing.
No.
Now, that's not a reason to do any of this stuff. But basically.
It hasn't been on our mind.
No.
Other things have taken precedence over that.
Further, and to that end, I am not only not making money, I'm working on my day off, and it's the same day as both Fu Manchu and Samantha Fish. They're going to be in town on September 6th. I won't be able to attend either one of those shows, which I would really like to do.
Yeah.
Because I am putting this thing on. So this is the thing. This is my sacrifice to you guys, is not going to see a band that I really like, or one of two bands.
Why couldn't you go see them?
Well, because I have this thing, people are going to be here, and it's it's incumbent on me to be the cruise director for that kind of thing. I think. Don't you? So Dave, you're here. You're coming. What say ye? So anyway, the other thing that we want to talk about is the notion of if you took a couple of guitars that are built by the same company, or maybe a guitar built by company A and one from company B, what are, like, if I said, hey, Chris, Telecaster versus Stratocaster, and let's prove me wrong, convince me that you're right, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Or hey, what do you think? And then other people go, oh, I think this, and then we start a little conversation, and it's a fun thing.
Okay.
So anyway, hold on, let's take a quick super chat from our good friend Jay, who writes, a little grace. Oh, God bless you, Jay. That's very kind of you. Dave, Samantha Fish is going to be in Arvada on the 6th. We could theoretically go if, unless I need to be the Arvada Center. Oh. Yeah. I mean, it's right down the street from where, yeah. It is less than 2 miles away. Anyway.
It is in between the shop and your house.
Not Dave's house. No. Dave lives in Ohio. So, but yeah.
It is in between.
Yeah. I guess you have to go all the way around. Yeah.
It's a little out of the way.
It's very close to where you're going to be, Dave.
From your house, yeah.
From the shop or Odyssey Beer Works, the Great American. It's very close. Yeah. We could do it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, I thought, well, that would be fun to go, let's just talk about like this versus this. And then I thought, well, what if we added a wrinkle? Because you and I are in a unique position. And we've built literally hundreds and hundreds of instruments. And we have done a lot of instruments that are identifiable as, like say Fender style or Gibson style or Rickenbacker or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, what if you and I did a thing where it was like, as a guitar builder, guitar A versus guitar B.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I landed on, it was going to be a guitar from two different companies. And then I thought, gosh, why mess around when the Telecaster and the Stratocaster are probably the perfect guitars to do this with for the first one. Mm-hmm. So, Chris, you can either pass or play.
Okay.
Do you think that the Telecaster or the Stratocaster is the easiest guitar to build in a factory setting, not one at a time? Because frankly, building one at a time of anything is fairly straightforward. But if you had to build a bunch of them over and over and over again, which do you think you'd rather do or have more fun doing or something like that? And Dave sent us a super chat and says, is contest at Shop or Odyssey? It is scheduled to be at Odyssey, Dave, if you recollect. So anyway, September 6th, for those of you who just tuned in, September 6th of this year, in 2 weeks, the TTG guitar building contest is going to be at Odyssey Beer Works, the Great American Beer Works, September 6th. I don't know. How about, I think they open at like 2, I think. Let's say 2. Okay. Oh, wow. Jay says they're doing a Dusk Till Dawn Blues Festival in Oklahoma. That sounds fun. Okay. So some people are already chiming in.
Stuff?
Yeah, they got the whole thing.
Okay.
Some people are already chiming in, but I don't want to read them because I want you to be able.
Okay.
Let's answer, and then we'll take some comments from everybody else. So, Chris, you know the question. Do you want to pass or play?
I'll play.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Telecaster.
Okay. I thought you might say that.
Because I know for a fact that a Telecaster is an easier guitar to build. And all things being equal, usually both of those guitars sell for the same price. Mm-hmm. And if I can spend less time building it, I make more money.
Okay. Well, you want to elaborate on that, or
sure?
Or you want?
Yeah, a Telecaster body is just a lot more straightforward and easier to make. Okay. There are no tummy cuts. There's no forearm cut. There's the roundover is a lot smaller, so it's easier to sand because of all of those things. It assembles easier. It's got a lot of straight edges that are easy to assemble.
I guess we need to also probably land on a Telecaster with an ash body and a maple neck and a what kind of fretboard?
Rosewood.
And then a Strat would be
with all the same stuff.
Ash body Strat?
Yeah.
Okay. Not exactly the most common, but okay.
Yeah. Or it could even be alder if you want.
Okay.
I don't care. It's still harder to sand.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the funny thing to me is that Fender will sell you a Telecaster body or a Stratocaster body in the same series for exactly the same money.
Yeah.
And the Stratocaster is probably twice as much machine time.
Because you got the top and the back.
Yep.
And all the contouring.
And all the levels, yep. And the big roundover. Even if you have a CNC machine that's doing most of this, tool time is tool time, and it costs, right? Yeah. And yet they will sell you those two things for exactly the same money.
Okay.
Which is odd.
You also get more necks per board foot, kind of, with a tele. You can buy narrower lumber to do a Telecaster, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And everything else it's got the same scoop, and the radius is probably the same. And all that other stuff.
Yeah. So the necks are about the same. There's only 2 pickups in a Telecaster. There's 3 in a Strat.
Oh, okay.
They're almost the same as far as, so you have a metal cover on the neck pickup of a Tele, but you have plastic covers on the Strat, but there's 3 of them, but you have a plate. Anyway, I'll bet you a Telecaster pickup set costs a little bit less to make than a Stratocaster.
I'm sure it does. It's got
for nothing else
one less
thing, or one more winding cycle,
Okay.
Through the 3. You've got 3 pots on a Strat.
Which is something that we were talking about just today.
Pot money. We did pot math.
Not
potentiometer math.
Yes, that's right.
And
not what you guys are
not what you guys think.
Well, I thought you might say that.
Yeah.
And
so now you have a counterpoint?
Well, I do, and I'm not trying to be contrary for the sake of being contrary,
I think that's a good thing to do in something like this.
But I am going to say that I think that in a factory setting, the Strat has some advantages over the Tele.
Okay.
One of them especially is, one of them in particular is finish.
Okay.
And I think that generally Strats are alder. Alder is a much more closed grain wood, so I think it seals up a little faster than ash does. And the big roundover on a Strat lends itself with not burning through on the buffer when you're buffing high gloss paint, and the great big cavity where the pickups get covered up by a big pick guard. So in the areas where it's easy to burn through with the buffer, there's going to be a great big piece of plastic there. The only thing I would say that would make the Strat easier to put together in a factory setting would be if the jack wasn't on a separate thing, because all the pickups just sort of flop into they don't, if you've ever built one, they don't just flop in. You kind of got to fidget stuff around, but everything's mounted to a loaded pick guard and it just plops right in there. Not that a Telecaster is necessarily hard, and I agree with you. A Tele is much easier to do woodworking wise, but what do you think about finish and, more to the point, buffing wise?
I think they're about the same.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. You might have to be a little more careful around the string through ferrules on the back. But you have to be, although that gets covered up with a plate too.
Shall we see what
the trim?
Shall we see what everybody else says? All right.
Yeah.
We're going to back up here and see what you guys. Yeah.
So back in the olden days, when Telecaster was the cheapest guitar that Fender had.
Mhm.
And each new model, they got progressively more expensive. So the Stratocaster was another $50 or whatever it was.
Okay.
Then
but
all
now,
of a sudden, oh, well, maybe I'd want to build more Strats because they're not that much harder, but we make an extra $50
yeah,
on every single one. That's
$50 back in those
right?
days
Yeah.
was quite a bit more.
Yeah, whatever
I mean,
it was.
still $50,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So, and then in that case, but now it seems odd that those two things are priced basically the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay. AJ of the North says, Telly, no belly carves or other labor-intensive stuff. That is if I ran a factory. You know, I think that if you're making Strat, is it really that labor-intensive? The way those guys get to, even back in the day, the way that they would sand and manipulate and do woodworking, those guys had it down to a science.
Cut off big chunks and sand and have
maybe
probably not, but I bet you if given a stack of bodies to do 50 before lunch, that's my favorite thing to say.
Probably true.
You'd get to lunch sooner.
Well, especially
Tellies.
Yeah, you probably would. Now, all their sands a little differently, I'm not going to say easier, but a little smoother than ash too.
Yeah.
Now I realize that they're ash Strats, but Butch says Telecaster all the way. Butch, how many tellies have you made now? Driddle says he'd love to be there for that. I don't know what he's talking about. Papa says greetings from California. All right, let's get down to the okay. Six String Kook says Telly ashtray bridge from Fender, super cheap too. Yeah, let's talk about that. What about like the economy of scale for parts? You know, when you're Fender and you're making a bunch of stuff and buying a bunch of plates and things,
yeah,
I'm sure it's got to add up to be something. But gosh, there's so many.
Yeah. Well, so some of those original stamping machines and stamping dies are still being used today. And that's, how many years? So that tooling paid for itself. Yeah. And if you make, the initial investment's big, but after that, then it's pennies per item, right?
I think
and
so.
Stamping out, ashtrays and trem blocks and all of that stuff probably doesn't cost a whole lot in scale. So
Butch says he's built 2 tellies and he's working on his 3rd.
Cool.
Lou says, I built my telly from a kit and I had a 6-saddle ashtray bridge on it. I recently put in a fancier bridge that's easier to intonate. Yeah, I mean, tellies are definitely cool. And I think that if you and I were to build one or the other, the telly would be where we would kind of land if we were doing everything. As it turns out, we're kind of moving away from what we call the daily driver. We'll still make one.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten a lot of requests for them lately.
No, we haven't. And I don't think that either one of us finds that particularly enjoyable to make. It's not like, oh boy, tellies, don't mind it. But yeah. But, we do a lot of classes and other people build tellies, and that's kind of like us building them too. So we get to get our telly thing on and our Strat thing on vicariously through others.
And I'm glad that you brought that up because I kind of spaced it out, believe it or not. We have added a new workshop.
Oh, yeah.
And it's up on the website right now. Link in the description below. I believe it's called Chris's Essential Fender Style Workshop. And every single thing on it is a la carte. It's a potentially 5-day workshop.
Broken up into 3 separate
phases.
Things.
Now, if you come to this one and you want to just do phase 3, you can't really do that because
not this time.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to just do phase 1 and then come back and do phase 2 and then phase 3 at a later date, you could certainly do that.
You could do that. Now, don't ask me, hey, can I bring a warm-off thing? The answer is no.
No.
The answer is no. Not because we don't like you and not because we don't like warm-up, because we do like you and we also like warm-up. The purpose of these classes is to really be classes where you actually learn something. Not you just buy something from some guy and then paint it and then, whatever you do then.
Yep.
So you can come for 2 days. You can come for
3 days.
3 days. Is it the paint day is 3 days, I think, or 1.5 days or something?
So
you'd have to look on the thing. I can't remember how.
And then the third day is, or the last 2 days is assembly, right?
Assembly and setup.
Yeah.
Now, that's the other thing. Assembly and setup that's a great workshop right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I would really encourage you to come out and build the whole guitar. You'll get to pick whatever neck you want and whatever body wood you want because you're going to supply all that stuff. You get to pick whatever parts you want because you're going to supply all that stuff too. We will help you source some of that stuff if you need it. But there'll be a list of things that, here's what we recommend when you sign up for the workshop. But it's going on this year, October. You can sign up right now for one part or all 3 parts. I guess you can sign up for the first part. You can sign up for phase 1 and 2, or phase 1, 2, and 3. If you sign up for phase 1 and you want to do phase 2 and 3 next time we do it, you can do that too. So don't ask me if you can bring some warm-up crap, because warm-up stuff is just fine.
And actually, the answer is you can bring a warm-off neck to phase 1.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to beat that.
You're going to supply your own neck.
I guess that's true.
Get yourself something nice.
Yeah, go crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Eric says the Hustlers are looking good. Yes, we will be debuting and releasing the Hustlers this week. The one with the trim and the burst doesn't just look good, my friend. Let's see. Lou says that the Hustlers are exactly his style and he wants to buy one.
There you go.
He says that nothing trips his trigger more than a crazy looking guitar. Lou loves zany guitars and he wants a zany one.
Well, there you go.
The less round, the better is what Lou basically said. I'm reading between the lines here. So anyway, well, guys, if you want to come out and build your own guitar with us, if you are interested in the Hustler guitars, if you want to just chime in what you think is easier to build in a factory, and you've built more than a couple guitars, or if you built a couple guitars, then I think you can chime in at that point. When you do this over and over and over again, you start to get an idea. You start to get a sense of what is and what isn't easy. And you start to get a sense of what materials make life easier. I think the mahogany as a neck wood in a factory setting is light years ahead of maple. Just in terms of tool cost and sandpaper. Okay. So anyway, yes, Jay, we will be putting some other cool guitars on a reveal soon, and you will,
We'll be showing off a bunch of stuff here.
And Butch wants to buy the 1/3 from the left. Can you move your body over a little bit? There you go, Butch. It's pretty neat. Don't worry, there'll be pictures of that one coming. You can buy it, or you can send me an email and we can send you an invoice right now. So anyway, gang, thanks for hanging out with us. I think you'll probably be seeing us more this week than you have in a long, long time. You want to do another one of these tomorrow?
Sure.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow right around the same time. And we can talk more about it then. And until then, have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.